Rain poured down in relentless sheets, drenching the streets of the city and turning the world into a blurred monochrome. Detective Jack Donovan hunched over the steering wheel of his old Buick, squinting through the windshield at the rundown warehouse looming ahead. The dilapidated building seemed to have absorbed the gloom of the night, exuding an aura of mystery and danger. As Jack stepped out of his car, a frigid gust of wind sliced through his trench coat, sending a shiver down his spine. He pulled up the collar, his face hidden beneath the brim of a worn fedora. He had seen his share of crime scenes, but something about this one felt different, as if a malevolent force had cast its icy shadow over the place. Earlier that day, a call had come into the precinct, a hauntingly distorted voice, claiming to have vital information about a case that had gone cold years ago. The voice spoke of secrets, corruption, and the chilling whispers of a sinister organization operating in the shadows. Jack's instincts, honed by years on the force, told him this was no prank call. It was a breadcrumb, a tantalizing hint at the truth he had sought for years, a truth that had left him sleepless and haunted, a ghost of a memory lurking in the depths of his mind. Inside the warehouse, Jack's flashlight cut through the darkness, casting eerie shadows across the peeling walls. The air was thick with the scent of dampness and decay. Each step echoed with a faint creak, as if the very building were whispering secrets to him. As he neared the heart of the warehouse, his eyes fixed on a dimly lit corner. There, lying beneath a tattered sheet, was a figure, a lifeless body. The pale face, once filled with vitality, now stared back at Jack, eyes frozen in an eternal gaze. It was her, the missing woman from the case that had consumed him, her disappearance having tormented him for years. The unanswered questions, the dead ends, the countless nights spent searching for leads, everything had led him to this moment. Jack's jaw tightened with determination. He knew that this was just the beginning. The hunt for the truth had only just begun, and he was determined to follow the cold trail, no matter how treacherous the path might be. The detective reached into his pocket and withdrew his phone, preparing to make the call that would ignite a firestorm of investigations, alliances, and betrayals. In the depths of the city's shadows, a new chapter was about to unfold, a chapter that would test Jack's resilience, push his skills to the limit, and unravel the darkest secrets buried beneath layers of deception. The cold trail had begun, and Detective Jack Donovan was ready to face the storm head-on. Jack's fingers trembled slightly as he dialed the number that would set in motion a chain of events he couldn't yet fathom. Each ring seemed to stretch into eternity, until finally, a voice crackled through the line. "Detective Donovan," a gruff voice answered, heavy with authority. "It's me, Jack," he replied, his voice steady despite the storm brewing within him. "I've found her, the missing woman from the cold case. Dead, in an abandoned warehouse downtown." Silence hung in the air, pregnant with unspoken questions. Jack could almost hear the gears turning in the mind of the voice on the other end. "Stay put. Backup is on its way," the voice finally responded, cutting the connection abruptly. Jack tucked his phone back into his pocket, his mind racing with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. The appearance of the body meant that someone was intent on exposing long-buried secrets, secrets that powerful people had fought to keep hidden. As he waited for backup, Jack's gaze shifted back to the lifeless figure beneath the sheet. There was more to this case than met the eye. The woman's death seemed staged, a twisted message sent to those who dared dig deeper. The question that plagued him was, why now? Why resurrect a case long forgotten? The sound of approaching sirens sliced through the night, pulling Jack from his thoughts. The cavalry had arrived. Stepping out of the warehouse, he watched as uniformed officers flooded the area, their blue and red lights casting an eerie glow over the rain-soaked pavement. Among them was Detective Lisa Morgan, Jack's trusted partner. Her sharp eyes met his, and without a word exchanged, they knew they were in this together. Lisa had always been the voice of reason, the anchor that kept Jack from being consumed by the darkness he pursued. "Jack, what have we got?" Lisa asked, her voice cutting through the din of activity. "I found her, Lisa. But it's more than that," he replied, his voice low and intense. "There's something bigger at play here, a dangerous web of corruption, betrayal, and secrets that reach high and deep. Lisa's eyes narrowed. A mixture of concern and determination etched on her face. We'll get to the bottom of this, Jack. No matter who's involved or what it takes. With their resolve firm, Jack and Lisa delved into the investigation, leaving no stone unturned. They questioned witnesses, followed leads, and sifted through old files. The deeper they dug, the more they uncovered a tangled web of deceit that extended far beyond their original cold case. As they unraveled the threads, Jack's gut told him that the sinister organization the distorted voice had mentioned was real. It operated like a venomous serpent, slithering through the cracks of society, infecting the innocent and leaving destruction in its wake. The stakes were higher than ever, and Jack knew he was running out of time. The cold trail was leading them down a treacherous path, where friends turned foes and allies hid in the shadows. Jack's obsession for the truth became both his salvation and his curse, driving him forward even when the odds seemed insurmountable. In the heart of the storm, the detective and his partner prepared for the battle of their lives. They were about to descend into a darkness so deep that even their strongest weapons, cunning, courage, and unwavering determination, might not be enough to save them. But they had one advantage: they were driven by justice, and they were ready to confront the shadows of betrayal that awaited them. The investigation led Jack and Lisa down a labyrinthine path, as they meticulously connected the dots of a sprawling conspiracy. Clues led them to corrupt politicians, influential businessmen, and even law enforcement officers with hidden agendas. It became clear that the organization they were hunting had its tentacles entwined within every facet of the city's power structure. Their relentless pursuit of the truth put them in constant danger, as shadowy figures lurked in the periphery, watching their every move. Threats were whispered, warnings delivered in cryptic messages, but Jack and Lisa refused to be deterred. They had become a force to be reckoned with, an unstoppable duo driven by justice. With each breakthrough, they unearthed the existence of a clandestine meeting known as the Nexus, where the city's puppet masters orchestrated their schemes. It was the heart of the corruption, a gathering that held the key to unraveling the web of deceit. Gathering enough evidence to crack open the Nexus was no easy task. It required Jack and Lisa to play a dangerous game, treading the line between truth and treachery. They had to gain the trust of a disgruntled insider who had grown weary of the organization's sinister dealings. Under the cover of darkness, they met their informant, an individual whose identity was known only as the Whisper. A voice shrouded in secrecy, the Whisper possessed a wealth of information that could expose the darkest secrets of the Nexus. Hidden beneath the flickering glow of a single streetlight, the Whisper revealed snippets of the organization's inner workings. The conspirators operated with surgical precision, manipulating the city's power structures for their own gain. Their ultimate objective remained elusive, yet their reach was undeniable. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Jack and Lisa meticulously planned their infiltration of the Nexus. They knew the risks were immense, but the potential rewards outweighed the dangers. The time had come to confront the puppet masters and bring them to justice. As they made their way to the clandestine meeting location, a grand mansion nestled within the outskirts of the city, a sense of anticipation mingled with a bone-deep unease. The shadows seemed to dance with malicious glee, whispering ancient secrets that sent a chill down their spines. Stepping into the mansion's opulent halls, Jack and Lisa disguised themselves, blending seamlessly into the crowd of powerful individuals who perpetuated the city's corruption. With every polite smile and handshake, they inched closer to exposing the sinister heart of the Nexus. But as they delved deeper into the mansion's secret chambers, they realized they were not alone in their quest. Another force, one driven by self-preservation and twisted loyalty, had set its sights on them. Jack and Lisa found themselves caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse, pitted against an adversary as cunning and relentless as themselves. In the heart of the Nexus, surrounded by the echoes of whispered conversations and the scent of betrayal, Jack and Lisa fought to stay one step ahead. The final confrontation loomed, where the truth would be laid bare and the puppet masters would be unmasked. The cold trail was about to reach its chilling climax, a battle that would redefine justice and test the limits of their resolve. With every ounce of their being, Jack and Lisa braced themselves for the ultimate revelation, the unmasking of the puppet master who held the strings of their city in his grasp. In the dimly lit chamber of the Nexus, the air crackled with tension. The puppet master's identity remained veiled, his presence casting a malevolent shadow over the room. Jack and Lisa stood at the precipice of the truth, their hearts pounding in synchrony. Suddenly, the silence shattered as the puppet master's voice boomed, amplified by unseen speakers. "You thought you could dismantle our empire, Detective Donovan, but you underestimated the power of the Nexus." The words hung in the air, echoing through the room, as the puppet master's henchmen emerged from the shadows. A wave of armed guards encircled Jack and Lisa, their eyes devoid of mercy. The battle lines were drawn, and survival became their only goal. Gunfire erupted, ripping through the silence. Jack and Lisa moved with practiced precision, their instincts honed by years of danger. Shots rang out, creating a symphony of chaos, as bullets found their mark and bodies crumpled to the floor. Their adversaries were well-trained, relentless in their pursuit. Jack's keen eyes scanned the room, spotting an opportunity. With a swift motion, he dived behind a crumbling pillar, narrowly evading a hail of bullets. Lisa, armed with steely determination, fought valiantly beside him. Her shots were precise, each one finding its intended target. Together, they formed an unyielding force, pushing back against the overwhelming odds. Amidst the chaos, a figure emerged from the shadows, the puppet master himself. Clad in a tailored suit, his face concealed by a mask, he commanded an air of calculated menace. The truth loomed just beyond his reach, tantalizingly close. Locked in a fierce gaze with the puppet master, Jack's grip tightened around his weapon. He knew this was the moment, the culmination of years of searching, of unearthing the dark secrets that threatened to consume their city. A barrage of bullets whizzed through the air, each one a testament to the deadly dance unfolding. Jack and Lisa maneuvered with skill and determination, closing in on their ultimate target. They had come too far to be defeated now. In a surge of adrenaline-fueled resolve, Jack made his move. Dodging bullets and returning fire, he closed the gap between them. The puppet master's mask slipped, revealing eyes filled with desperation and fear. The moment of truth had arrived. With unwavering resolve, Jack shouted over the gunfire. "Tell me everything, or your empire crumbles." The puppet master hesitated, his face contorted with conflicted emotions. And in that fleeting moment, the truth spilled forth, a tapestry of corruption, greed, and heinous crimes that had poisoned the city. As the final shots rang out, the puppet master fell, his secrets forever silenced. The room fell into an eerie stillness, the smoke of battle swirling in the air. Jack and Lisa stood, battered and bruised, their mission fulfilled. The city would begin to heal, its wounds exposed but ready to be cleansed. The cold trail had come to an end, leaving a trail of broken lives and shattered illusions. Jack and Lisa emerged from the shadows as victors, their pursuit of justice forging a path through darkness. Their resolve burned brighter than ever, ready to face the next challenge that awaited them. In the aftermath of the gunfight, they stood together, knowing that their fight was far from over. They had dismantled the Nexus, but the fight against corruption would persist. With their unwavering dedication and unbreakable bond, they would continue to protect their city, ensuring that its future remained untainted by the sins of its past. And so, the echoes of the cold trail faded, leaving behind a city forever changed, a city that would rise from the ashes, stronger and more resilient, guarded by the unwavering vigilance of those who refused to let darkness prevail. The city breathed a sigh of relief as the dust settled after the battle against the Nexus. Jack and Lisa, weary but determined, returned to their respective lives. But even in the calm after the storm, a new mystery loomed on the horizon. Late one night, as Jack sat in his dimly lit apartment, a package arrived, an unmarked box left on his doorstep. Intrigued and cautious, he opened it, revealing a single photograph. His blood turned to ice as he stared at the image, a face he thought he had left behind, a ghost from his past. It was someone he thought he would never see again, a person he believed to be dead. The photograph held a message scrawled in elegant cursive, cryptic yet foreboding. "The game is far from over, Detective Donovan. Prepare yourself for the ultimate test." With a mixture of trepidation and determination, Jack knew that the truth he had sought in the cold trail was only the tip of the iceberg. A new chapter had begun, one that would lead him deeper into a labyrinth of secrets and danger. As the city slumbered, unaware of the storm gathering on the horizon, Jack steeled himself for the challenges to come. The cliffhanger of his past had returned, pulling him back into the shadows once more. The cold trail was merely the beginning, a prologue to a larger, more sinister game that would test Jack's limits, question his alliances, and threaten to shatter everything he held dear. The true battle was about to unfold, and the echoes of darkness would resound through the city once more.